You sound like Piff and Puff. Well, we are doing the best we can do with this kind of video style, trying to get better as we go. Just have some faith in us and this little bunny. But feel free to share this video, because, if we grow we can put more energy into this. But let's get back to Tutorial Bunny. He is really excited about this video.
Instead of using a die to generate a random result, Malifaux actually uses normal playing cards. We call that the fate deck. And when in a typical miniature wargame when you would roll a die, Malifaux makes you flip a card instead. And look at that, we generated a random value of 6. Sometimes you're asked to flip several cards at the same time. So from this flip, we get a 6 if we are at a disadvantage. But if we have effects that gives us an advantage, we would have a 9. But cards that have been used goes to the discard pile and won't come back until the deck is empty or the next turn.
This means both sides have the same amount of value luck, but when that value comes will differ.
But with skill, this can be manipulated. If we flip 2 cards or more, we will still only use one of the cards. For example, this 10, but the 5 will still go to the discard pile. This means that if we focus on only doing positive flips, we can dodge the weak cards in the deck.
That is actually kinda clever.
But there is more to know. Hello, my name is Sandeep, leader of the academic society within the faction of Arcanist. Every turn both sides draw a hand of 6 cards, and these cards can be used to change the result of a card flip.
For example, you flip a 4 and a 6, and you're going to use the 6. You then use this knight, which is an 11 from your hand. This is called cheating fate, and you can never do this if you have a negative flip.
Cards in your hand is a resource, and you need to plan where to use this resource. You need to evaluate what is important. Sometimes you can let models die because it doesn't matter to the mission.
On the topic of mission, in Malifaux you're not required to kill your opponent to win the game. For example, we have the scheme breakthrough. At the end of the turn, if you have one or more friendly ski markers in a friendly model in the enemy deployment zone, and there are no enemies, you may gain a victory point. Dropping a ski marker is an action, so let's proceed and talk about action so you understand how it all comes together.
This game uses alternating activation. This means that we first determine who has the initiative and gets to start. That side will activate one model. Then the other side will activate a modal. And we keep bouncing back and forth until all models have activated, and that will end the turn. All models have 2 activations and a bonus action. Except masters that have 3. But on a model's activation you can, for example, walk and walk action. Basically run. Walk and charge. If you charge you get to attack afterwards.
We can be a little bit more strategic with this. Let's say you're activating this model, and then first walk action, and then charge. We now get to attack once at this enemy here. Now the enemy's turn to activate. They activate this model that is now making 2 attack actions back. This means that it's very important on how you activate so that you don't give away more advantage to your opponent.
We can also use models to move other models with abilities. Here I have Elijah Borgman. He has a bonus action called Call to the Burning Man. This ability gives him burning. The Fire Golem has a bonus action called Draw of Flame. This means we can use the Fire Golem's bonus action to move around up to 8 inches with placement effects. This makes it really mobile. And it keeps its 2 normal actions. And there are lots of variations to how different masters and factions does similar things.
Here is a more complex example for you. My totem Banasuva has a passive ability. Whenever an elemental focus with the Banasuva's aura, that elemental's demise ability trigger. So for example, my Wind Gaming does a focus action. It will trigger its Demis ability. And I am now allowed to move a model with a place effect up to 4 inches. This means I can use the cheap 6-cost Soulstone models to move around my big expensive Soulstone models. And those expensive models can focus on just attacking instead of taking walk actions.
Easy actions in this game are resources. Just like how cards in your hand is a resource. And it can even be sometimes combined. For example, Sandeep has an ability called Shouting Orders, which allows academic models to discard cards to take consequences action. That is the focus action. So here you're combining cards and action together. And just like we talked about before, that you need to do actions to actually win the game. You need to make the interact action, dropping a ski marker to succeed with the mission. For example, here we have a 9-cost soulstone model and a 4-cost soulstone model. But the thing is, all of them has 2 actions. So for example, you could buy 1 Yurugumo for 9 soulstones and gain 2 actions. Or you could pay 8 soulstones for 2 Tengus and gain 4 actions. Now these 2 models are very different. The Yurugumo is a big model, lots of health, lots of attack, lots of fighting power. But the Tengu is really different. It has a move of 6, which is making it really fast. It also has the passive ability flight, so it moves with placement effects, which is making it very flexible in how it can move. But then it has a bonus action. The lightning there indicates that this is a bonus action, Dark Bargain. Friendly only. Target suffers 1 damage and may then take the interact action. So for example, this Tengu could fly 12 inches with its 2 normal actions and then drop a ski marker with its bonus action. In Malifaux, we call models like this for scheme runners.
You could look at Malifaux like American football. You have models that block and protect other models. And then you have models that are on a mission, that need to get to positions on the map to score points.
I